There is now no doubt that the counter-offensive against Russia has begun. President Zelensky himself has confirmed it. One military expert, Philip O'Brien from the University of St Andrews, puts it like this: the Ukrainians are attempting something that no other nation, other perhaps than the USA and Israel, has successfully executed since 1945, a large combined arms breakthrough against an entrenched enemy, and they are trying it without one of the great advantages that those other two states have had during their successes: command of the air over the battlefield. So, in the light of that, what is it realistic to expect now in the coming days, the coming weeks? Let's talk first to Yuriy, who is an advisor to the Ministry of Defence in Ukraine and joins us on the line now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Justin.
Do you accept that broad description of what you are trying to do now?
I accept that broad description, and I would like to stress what you've just said about the importance of air superiority when it comes to ground operations, ground military operations. This is exactly why we have been now almost for a year asking our allies to seriously consider providing Ukraine with fourth-generation aircraft, with F-16s, because indeed Russians have had a long time to fortify their defense lines, and we have started our reconnaissance and probing operations in different parts of the front line, and this is a very long front line, over 900 kilometers. But of course, the fact that they still have air superiority along the front line is an important factor, and we will be taking that into account when planning our next stages.
How does it alter what you do and what you can achieve?
From the military perspective, of course, we need to ensure that our ground forces are protected by sufficient air defense capabilities. Thankfully, we have received from our allies these systems, medium range, long range, and of different scale. So this is being used, and of course, it's all about planning. It's all about fighting a smart war, which is what we've done so far and which is what we will continue to do.
And have you taken losses? Because there are pictures circulating, aren't there, online of what appear to be military vehicles, possibly even tanks, that have been damaged and incapacitated. I mean, plainly that is going to happen in a battle, but are you confirming at the moment that that has happened?
Justin, this is a war, and of course there are losses on both sides. But what we can say with certainty is that the Russian terrorists are taking much more considerable losses. They've, on average, during the last couple of days, their losses were 900 to 1,000 soldiers killed in action. And as for the military equipment, Justin, one thing that everybody has to understand, that one of the main reasons why we were insisting on receiving Western NATO standard tanks and armored vehicles and personnel carriers is because those military vehicles have been designed with the priority of saving the life of the crew in the first place. Whereas, of course, there will be losses, but as long as this equipment saves lives of our soldiers, this is the priority for us. It performs its function, and we'll be planning our operations carefully to make sure that we can reduce these losses.
Yuriy, advisor to the Ministry of Defence in Ukraine. Thank you very much once again for talking to us, and let us turn to